Okay, so now compound variation. Okay, so the different possibilities of two variations, the different possibilities of two variations. If you have two variations, then only we can consider that will be a compound variation. Okay, listen this line. There will be a problem which may involve a chain of two or more variation. If you have two or more variation, then only we can call it as a compound variation, then only we can find the compound variation in that. Okay, so there are different types of variations are there. First one is both are in direct variation. If you have two quantities, both will be a direct variation. And another one is direct and inverse variation. And the next one is inverse and direct variation. And the last one is inverse and inverse variation. So how to solve this problem? We have three types of method. Okay, one is proportion method. Proportion method is nothing but if you are using this formula, the product of extremes is equal to the product of means. The product of extremes is equal to the product of means. Just listen the formula, explanation I'll give you by the example sums. Okay, next one, multiplicative factor method. Multiplicative factor method, for that you need to prepare a tabular column like this. Okay, then you can find out whether the first column is indirect with the second one and the third one, like that you have to find out. Okay, so the formula is we can find the unknown x is equal to a into d by c into e by f. The unknown fact alone you just keep as such, then you just multiply a into d by c into e by f. A into a x is equal to a into d by c. The center one alone you want to write in inverse type, like d after that c. Then the third one is as such. Okay, so this is a multiplicative factor method. Multiplicative factor method. Why? Because x is here. If you are transporting that a to the opposite side, so that the c by d will changes d by c, and the last one remains as such. Okay, so you just read this paragraph, then you will understand. The unknown x is men, and so it is compared to the unknown. See here, men, then hour, days. Men, hour, days. Then namely hours and days. If the men and hours are in direct, then take the multiplicating factor d by c. If the men and days are in inverse proportion, here both are in direct, here both are in inverse. Okay, both are in direct and both are in inverse. What are all in direct variation? No, men and days are in direct and men and hours are in inverse. Here it is inverse, that's why we written as a d by c. Okay, that is what the information given in the paragraph. And the last one is formula. Formula method is very easy, you just memory this. What is the formula? P1 into d1 into h1 divided by w1, which is equal to P2 into D2 into H2 into W2. So here P represent person, D represent days, and H represent hours. That's it. And W is work. Okay, so you can use any one of this method and you can solve the problem. Let us see one sum. If a company pays 6 lakh for 15 workers for 20 days, how much would it needed to pay for 5 workers for 12 days? Okay, so here three topics involved. One is workers, and another one is payment, and another one is days. So first you just prepare a tabular column. We are using a proportion method, for that we need a tabular column. Okay, so you can write workers here, payment here, you can change and write, that's your wish. Okay, so workers, payment, and days. So if 15 workers are working, they should pay 6 lakh rupees for 20 days. Okay, and what about the next one? 5 workers, but payment we don't know, we should find out for 12 days. Okay, so first of all you want to find out the two quantities are direct and direct, or direct and inverse, that you should find out. That is the first thing. So here x is there, no, this x you have to compare with the remaining two topics. In the sense here pay is missing, no, so you want to compare the pay and work, pay and days. Okay, this is what the method you should use for all the sum. So if the term is missing, take the term and take the remaining one. In the next one, take the same term and the remaining one is there, no, that you have to take. So here this x and this one you have to take. After that, this x and this one you should take. That's all. So first of all, we can compare this two. What happened to the workers here? Workers have decreased. Okay, if the workers are decreasing, the payment will automatically decrease. If the less number of people are working, you have to give only less number of amount. Am I correct? Yes. So less. After that, you just compare this two also. Here payment we don't know, but days given. Here 20 days, here 12 days. 20 days, 12 days. If the days are decreasing, if the number of working days are decreasing, your payment also will automatically decreasing. For example, if you are working for 12 days, if you are getting 2000 rupees, if you are just working for 5 days, how much rupees you will get? For example, 1000 you will get. So automatically, if the days are decreasing, your payment also will get decreased. So here both are decreasing. So here everything is direct variation. Is that clear? Again I am telling, see, if the workers are decreasing, payment also will decrease. So decreasing, so both are direct variation. That's why they written D and D. The next one, here D and D. How it came? Because if the days are decreasing, the payment also will decrease. That's why DD. This is not days, this is direct variation. So here everything is direct variation. See, step 1. Less days, less pay, less worker, less pay. So if it is direct, you just write as such given in the tabular column. So 20 is to 12 is equal to 6 is to x. 20 is to 12 is equal to 6 is to x. Clear? Next one, 15 is to 5 is equal to 6 is to x. Look at this. Okay, you don't want to change anything if everything is direct variation. If it is inverse variation, you need to change something. I will tell you later. Now everything is direct variation, so you just write as such. Now combining 1 and 2. How to compare? 20 is to 12. Here it is. 15 is to 5. Here this 6 is to x is common for both, so you just write as such. So product of extremes is equal to product of means. Product of extremes is equal to product of means. What are all the extremes? Extremes are nothing but this corner, no, this is called extremes. This center, no, that is called means. Okay, so 20 into 15 into x. Okay, this 2 and this last extreme. Extreme is nothing but the first one and the last one are called extremes. So product is multiplication, no? So 20 into 15 into x is equal to, what are all the means? The center is means. This center is means. So 12 is to 12 into 5 into 6. 12 into 5 into 6. Okay. So x alone you just keep here. Remaining you just transport to the opposite side. Cancel by fifth table and second table. You will get 1.2 lakhs. That's it. The remaining and all the same thing, but formula methods are different. If you are watching out, if you are working out, you will get some idea. So you just do it by yourself.